Barry Tompkins with Al Bernstein, a crowd of about 6,000 on hand at the War Memorial Auditorium. We're in Rochester, New York, and now it is time for the main event. A main event which features a local hero, Charles the Natural Murray, who should get his sternest test yet against a veteran by the name of Mickey Ward. This should be a good one.
Charles Murray is catapulted to number 3 in the IBF world ratings, and he wants more. This 22-year-old has now mixed in genuine power with his boxing skills. Arturo Lozana felt the power to the body. Elvis Perez was a victim of the Murray right hand. Charles now has one of the best rights in the junior welterweight division. And if some doubt that, well, Robert Guy doesn't. He's been in with some of the best junior welters, but he was destroyed by Murray. Murray's power was just too much for Robert Guy, and it sent Murray into the top of the IBF rankings. And now, into the canon of Murray's right and his hometown comes once bright prospect Mickey Ward. Mickey has lost 3 of his last 6 after an 18-1 start as a pro. This win over Tomas de Cruz was followed by a tough loss to Frankie Warren. This loss to Warren was a terrible setback. But his subsequent loss to Harold Grazier was a career breaker. As always, he tried hard, but Grazier was simply too much. And tonight, Mickey Ward needs a win very badly.
Well, I'll tell you what, Al, if entrances win fights, then Charles Murray is going to be a big winner here.
This crowd on its feet, rocking and rolling, and they enjoy Charles Murray here.
Take a look at the die-hard keys to victory.
Well, for Charles Murray, the key is always the jab for him. He always has to use that. The right hand, a big weapon. Now, for Mickey Ward, jab his way in. I think whoever wins the battle of the jab in this bout is likely to win. But Ward wants to be inside. And I'll tell you what I think. When he's on the inside, Mickey Ward is a much better fighter as a lefty. If I was him, I would wait inside and stay as a lefty. Here's the USFA rules. No 3 knockdown rule effect. And no standing 8 count in effect. Those are the key changes from New York. The rest are basically the same, except 2 judges and the referee will be scoring.
So this, the main event, and as you can see, the crowd very much in the corner of Charles Murray. Murray says, I'm not so sure I like it. Mickey Ward says, I do like it. I like being the underdog. It's easier. Here's Michael Buff.
Top Rank Incorporated and the King of Beers Budweiser present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. All the officials at ringside shall remain the same, and the United States Boxing Association represented ringside by Supervisor Marion Muhammad. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the War Memorial in Rochester, New York, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant USBA Junior Welterweight Championship. The referee for this contest is Joe Sartapia. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black, orange, and green and white trunks. He weighs an even 140 pounds. From Lowell, Massachusetts, his professional record, 21 victories with 14 KOs, only 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, Irish Mickey Ward! And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks and weighing an even 139 pounds, undefeated as a professional with a record of 17-0 and 12 KOs. He trains and fights out of Mark Roberts Triple Threat Gym in Newark, New Jersey, but he's a native son of Rochester, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked 3rd in the world in this division, Charles the Natural Murray.
Gentlemen, you're boxing for the USBA title. We know the rules. We discuss them in the dressing room. Are there any questions? I want you to protect yourself at all times. Shake hands now, and God bless you both.
A look at Charles Murray, who says, I can't let the crowd influence how I fight this fight, which I thought was a very interesting comment. And in the other corner, Mickey Ward, who really is all business, he realizes that he absolutely has to win this fight, or at least give a very good showing, or he falls into that catch-all category opponent.
And truthfully, if he could box to the level he was boxing at before, this is not an impossible task for Mickey Ward, as good as Charles Murray is. I want to clarify 2 rules mistakes he made. The referee does not figure in the scoring, and also you cannot be saved by the bell in any round in this match. And a reminder, there is no 3 knockdown and no standing 8 count in this match.
So the crowd really a factor in this, but Michael Buffer, so they got them all stirred up.
I mean, it didn't take too much. They were pretty fired up already.
You see all the shirts around saying, "I love Michael Buffer." Interesting thing is he owns them all.
Oh, my. And, yes, the knockout ratio of these 2 guys. Mickey Ward with more fights, but his knockout ratio not as good as Murray. And, of course, in recent bouts, he has had more decision wins and losses. Mickey Ward's been very tentative in recent bouts, and he starts out this bout the same way.
Mickey Ward has 4 losses in his career, and all his losses have been at a weight of 138 or less. Today he is 140, and he says, "I just feel much better at that weight. I feel stronger at that weight." He says, "I have no excuses tonight."
It is a good weight for him. Now, there's what Mickey Ward does well. He is a superb body puncher, and they say that's what he wants to do. That's what Dick Eklund, his brother and trainer, said he would do. Test the body of Charles Murray. First, he's got to be in a position to throw that punch, though.
And Murray, for his part, wants to keep Mickey Ward on the end of his jab. That is a real key for him. We talked a little bit about the crowd. What Charles Murray said when he spoke with us this morning is, he said, "I'm a slow starter," and he said, "I can't let the crowd influence me to start fighting any sooner than I really want to." He says, "I want the crowd to be applauding at the end. I don't care if they boo at the beginning."
Oh, that's good advice. He has served other famous boxers well. This is not the way Mickey Ward really wanted to fight even the beginning of this bout, I don't think. He wanted to jab, 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 get inside, and then start ripping those body shots, and that isn't happening so far. Doesn't mean it won't later. But if you're going to do that against Charles Murray, you better start early because he doesn't start real strong. There's the body work. But Ward just stopped.
We asked Charles Murray this morning about the punch that Alfredo Rojas hit him, which was a very good shot, dropped him. And we were talking about the fact that a lot of fighters really don't know what kind of a chin they have until they do get hit with a shot like that. And Murray said, "Yeah," he said, "it really got my attention." End of the first round, little to choose between these 2 in round 1.
If you want to see the movie Look Who's Talking, you don't.
Right, that was his bailout, Ryan. It's just bailout.
We're in the corner of Mickey Ward.
Get it
Dick
in.
Eklund, the man talking to him on the right of your screen.
Right? Punch harder than him. Right, that's his whole thing, the jab. He's forward. That's split box.
Round number 2.
Ironically, even though I didn't think Mickey Ward tactically did that well in the first round, because Murray threw so few punches, I ended up giving the round to Ward.
And the pep talk from Dick Eklund in Mickey Ward's corner is, "You're the guy with the experience. You're stronger than he is. Just go out there and do your job."
I think Mickey Ward's going to need to throw a lot more jabs. There's Ward just with a slight edge over Murray, but enough for me to give him the round. That's from our punch profile.
Well, by Murray's own admission, he said, "I'm not a quick starter." Those numbers certainly indicate that. I have to think, too, there's got to be at least a little bit of a case of nerves with Charles Murray tonight. Home folk, taking a step up.
And it is for a title. Yeah, I think he knows this is an important bout for him. And he knows Mickey Ward is no one to take lightly. Now, yes, his team, Harold Brazier, just dominated Ward the last time. That's the first bout in which anyone has completely dominated Ward, and no shame that Harold Brazier should have done it. I have to say, as big a fan as I am of Charles Murray, and as much potential as he has and how well he's fought, I think it's wrong for the IBF to have bumped in the head of both Roger Mayweather and Harold Brazier to number 3 in their rankings. He's not yet better than those men because he hasn't proven it yet. He might beat them in a bout, but you don't know that, and they've fought much better competition over a longer period of time.
Good body work right now by Charles Murray. Something else he said he had to do, and he's really getting there with those body shots.
And Ward doing what he did against Frazier, just kind of getting back into a defensive shell.
Another thing about Charles Murray is he's looking at a longer fight tonight. That's another question that fighters have to answer for themselves, is whether they can go the 10 or the 12 rounds.
And nobody has yet knocked Mickey Ward out, so the possibility of it is there, but he has never been close to being knocked out.
It would not take Charles Murray long to get into uncharted waters. The furthest he's gone is 8 rounds against Howard Stewart back in November of last year.
There's that real defensive posture by Ward. He did it against Frazier, and he